Ugh. Well, that was a pain in the butt. YouTube is being weird. Doesn't show anything, but I think I'm streaming. Somebody just hit a button in chat. Let's see. Oh, Jesus, there it goes. Wow, that took forever. Okay, so gonna work on this here dev store. So the current dev store uses Steam, which is all great and dandy, but you find out pretty quick if you make a game on Steam, you're gonna see like half the money because, and you know, the money's I'm putting it back in the game, so it's pretty important. But you lose like 20% because they take tax out of the total. So for $20 game like Rain, 20 to 25%, something like that, gets taken right off the bat. And then they take their 30%, so you're down. You get like 52, 51%, something like that. But then you gotta pay. Since they give you a 1099, you gotta pay 30% tax on that. So yay! And that whole scenario just has to go. So making a new store, and I'm using. It's gonna go to PayPal, which I hope is not too weird for players, but I can show you a little demo here. Oh yeah, I should probably move this so I can see chat. Hey, Relic, what's up, buddy? We live! Or is it we live? I haven't streamed in a minute, so you could mean it that way too. It's been a solid, almost a month. And it's driving me nuts that it's taken so long to get another update out. But this store stuff is complicated. Ugh. So I'll try to do a little more on it, but it's just complicated. And definitely scummy. I agree, man. It's just, what are they? Ugh. And you know what blows my mind is the only time Steam lowers the price. There's probably lower this, or actually I'll just raise this. They will lower the amount they take from you if you're making, like, I think it's 10 million. So it's like, okay, the little guys need the discount, but only the big guys get the discount. So I think they realize that I do need to move that a little, huh? They do. It's like they realize that, oh, well, if this company's making 10 million, they could hire enough people to do what we're doing for them, so we better give them a discount. We don't want to lose them. They're making us, well, probably, yeah, 3 million. Jesus, dude. Blows my mind. So yeah, they don't really care. And okay, so that's why we're doing this. I'm going to show you. I'm working on a tooltip, and it's probably gonna, well, I'm either gonna show info over here or have it, I'll probably just use the tooltip I'm working on. So I'm gonna switch scenes in a minute, but I want to show you this first. Yeah. So I'm going to do very similar to what Path of Exile did, and we're considering free to play. I'm not saying it's free to play. I don't know yet, but it is a little frustrating because you gotta find a way to balance, you know, well, you gotta keep the company alive, and I don't know, there's a weird dynamic going on with players expecting games to be free, but they want it more content, which you can't pay for because you don't have any money coming in. It's weird. Probably because all the asset flips too. Oh yeah, that is a whole nother topic, huh? Really, Jesus, that is a problem. So what we got here. Also, just so everybody knows, this is my first time using the Unity UI, which is this canvas, to anybody who didn't know. I've been using NGUI, but the guy who made NGUI, which is a plugin or an asset, right, to anybody who doesn't know. Hey, there's Brian. And then the plugin, the guy who made it, they actually hired him to do what's now built into Unity. So it's not too much of a learning curve for me, but there's definitely some different things that I've had to learn, and that's slowed me down a bit. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna have bundles up here and bank tabs, of course, and then there will be probably mounts, and then there'll be armor, and then there'll be weapons, and you'll be able to scroll through this thing. And yeah, we'll have like a whole like store, you know, and it'll just keep filling up, and we'll see how it goes. But if it comes to replay, I'll support you by virtue. Woo! You're awesome, dude. It's much appreciated, and it's looking like a viable option, you know. So, oh, and I gotta say, I do really like the clarity, the cleanness of the new, well, to me it's new, but the built-in Unity UI. It's just so crisp and stuff. So right there alone is what makes me want to change. Though there are some challenges in doing so. It's going to take me a while because the way when you hover over something and it pops a tooltip, there's a whole system and process there, right? And when you click on something to pick it up out of your bag, this UI is like ignored by NGUI and vice versa. So if your bag was open behind this window and you click on this, you're going to actually pick up something from your bag at the same time. It'll do both. So until it's all one or the other, that's a challenge, but I've got a couple. I have it partially working, except for that one. And really all I'm doing is forcing all the windows closed. I'm going to try to make it to the point where you can't open anything while this is open. That'll be the first phase of this until I slowly integrate. Or this new little tooltip might solve it. Anywho, so let's say you open this, the button's down here in game. Gonna make a search thingy eventually, and then you click this button and you get 10% discount there, 20% discount if you buy more, and then this is warning you that you're going to PayPal and yada yada. Oh, and if you didn't notice, they're all like you know, green, blue, purple. It's kind of cool. So yeah, you pick one, and then this is gonna pop us out. So let's go to a web page. Actually, I'm gonna have one on the screen. Don't. And that's not what I want. Well, we'll just do this. So click that, and then it's gonna pop you out to your browser. Then it's all just PayPal from there. So it's secure. It's a little. Actually, no, it's going to work a little differently. We considered doing a in-game browser and all that, but I don't know. It might be fun. People could vote on that if you want. Like, would it be cool to have a browser in the game that you're playing? It might be kind of fun. I don't know. We were thinking we could have, like, when we finally get to the point where we can do events and have the GMs spawn in as bosses and things. That I'm getting there. It's just there's a lot of crap I gotta deal with. This is priority, obviously, because we need some funding. The Kickstarter, we tried. At least we tried. So, anyways, it's gonna be a little different. It's gonna go to. We're gonna have a store on the web page, and then it's going to. I got a guy helping with that right now. And then when you click to buy something there, then you'll go to PayPal. So the final version, when you click the continue button, is just going to pop you to the website. Anywho, let's go figure out some code. Everybody likes that shit, right? Not everybody likes that shit. Oh, you know what? I don't really want all the... That does sound like a fun, good song, but we gotta listen to something else so I don't get piles of emails and copyright, wah. Plus, I heard they're like cracking down on it, like making it even worse. Like you can get a strike even just for listening to somebody else's stuff. I don't know. All right, so in this scene, we got a couple things I'm testing here. I like to just work in a simple, basic, empty scene and then test with the simplest scenario possible and build up from there. And what I'm thinking is I don't really care for this song, but that is. I can never find what I want to listen to. Let's try. There's that one. Oh, I know. Listen to my old favorite one. It's like concentration music. Here we go, or maybe not. Nah, I don't think it's around anymore. Oh, I found it. Okay, stop that. Alright, so I put together, we make a canvas, and I like to just go through things as if nobody knows Unity, so if you're finding this video, it'll be helpful to you. So you can right click or you can click this drop down. If you right click here, you get the same thing. I think you can even go up here probably, yeah, but you're looking for the UI and then canvas. Click that, it'll make a little canvas guy. This is like the brain of the UI, however you want to think of it. And then you put panels underneath it as like windows and stuff. In this case, this panel has just the buttons on it. And these are little tester guys with the script on them. So I'll show you where I'm at currently and then where I'm going. Because I'm realizing as you develop, that's just how it goes. You don't know, and as you go, you figure out, oh, okay, that's what's going on. But you can see it positions itself. Ooh, that one's weird. That one's tripping out. Probably because it's center of the screen. There's some weird conflict. Or not. I don't know what's up with that. Like, is it when I'm in the center of the button? That's wacky. What are you doing? It's like the bottom right corner. Whoa. What is your problem? Can't look at that. Cool, Unity. Cool trick. Alright. Well, anyways, you can see I meant to say blade of dullness because I thought it was funny, but it almost looks like it's saying bald of dullness. Yes, okay. Though that would be shiny, probably. It'd be a more applicable attribute. So I'm figuring out how to color the text. I need spaces in there. You can barely see it. Let me zoom in here. And I got to figure out how to size it. That's going to be the last thing because I think that's going to be tricky. You can see right there, I like to do a alt print screen, and then I have like a little working log that I just keep slapping layers in with Photoshop. So then I kind of put this over on the other screen so it reminds me what I need to do. So go out of play mode. Maybe. There we go. So your canvas has your, say, a panel, and then inside your panel, your inventory background, like kind of like a rectangle like this, and then you put all your buttons on top of that, and whatever child is this seems to be, I could be wrong, but it seems to be that the one that pops in front is the child. So if I took this one and put it as a child to that one, yeah, this one came to the front. It's weird, but whatever. So your hierarchy really matters in terms of depth. It's silly. So just note that. Here, this was the old one. And we don't need this, or, well, I might play with that. That could possibly be cool. Put a little glowy thing. I don't know. Let's try it though. Which one's which here? What do we got? What are you? Okay, so that's the background. So let's say I'm weird. I like to number things when its background, I usually just put an X. I just like things in alphabetical order, numerical order. And then this would be, I'm gonna play around with this idea. I'm not sure I'm gonna like it, but just something on top, and then we'll squish it. Say like 20? Nah, probably not gonna do that, but I'll leave it as a thought. Whoa, a little too many zeros. Nah, we'll just turn that off. And ooh, I could even put an icon in there if I wanted to get real fancy. This could be child of the background, and then that would pop up. Yeah, it could be interesting. Could have that like show right here on the item that you're hovered over. I don't know. We'll just leave that off for a minute. And then, all right. So, looking at my notes, what I'm going for is we're going to have a tooltip manager, which is really just an empty object that's going to be a child of the UI, because the UI is tagged as do not destroy unload. Oh, sorry. Yo, I don't know how to say your name. Poma. Match that head. Hello. I'm glad to see you work again. Yeah, sorry. The whole financial thing, you know, some of that, you don't want to stream that. But it's just been a pain. And with taxes, that's a whole nother pain. I don't want to talk about it. So we're going with Tooltip Manager, and then this will be the brain for the tooltip. So we're gonna go grab the script, or I'll just do this add component, and we'll say Tooltip Manager, which I just barely made it, and then the little script that I was testing with is on these. So I'm gonna be kind of combining things here. So the tooltip base, we're gonna rip some stuff out of that and then put it into Tooltip Manager, because I kind of did it all in one script, but now I realize that I'm gonna need two components for the tooltip to work. We need one to manage things, and well, that's how I see it, and then one to know when the mouse has entered the area and that the tooltip needs to show. I don't know how I'm gonna integrate this with the existing UI, but that'll be fun. Oh, it didn't make a noise there, Bri. Sorry, I saw. Or no, that's not. You didn't message me. That's why it didn't make a noise. All right, and I think that's good enough. So the Tooltip Manager is going to turn this on and off, essentially. Because otherwise, if you had an inventory with 100 little buttons, which is all your icons really are, then every one of them needs a reference to that tooltip object, right? And that's just going to get annoying for every button to have to assign. And I just don't like that, so we'll just have this guy control it. So we'll put that there, and then these, I'm going to add the other script. I called it tooltips. There's a bunch in here. I'm going to have to do some cleanup. Did I capitalize the T? Why'd I do that? I didn't really mean to do that. Is tooltip 2 words or 1 word? I don't know. What did I do here? I like to be consistent, so I'm going to rename that. Now, when you rename a class in C#, this isn't true in the old JavaScript that they used to use, which is slightly different from web JavaScript, just to be clear. But you want this name, the file name, to match the name of the class. So we're going to open that. And it was already open. I hope Visual Studio doesn't crash because I renamed it. Oh, it figured it out. Cool. So now we're going to lowercase that. There we go. And there was nothing in here because I was messing around. Good enough. Let's, sorry, I was eating dinner. That's why I was not in chat. I see that Unity is being more used. Pretty nice. Yeah, Yeah, I mean it's all there. I think. I don't see why people think Unity's not good enough for MMOs. I don't know. All right, so I don't usually use serialized fill. Eric was helping me with this, helping me understand the Unity GUI, the way it works. It's pretty different. But he uses this so that the value, the game object here, can be private. Other scripts can't get to it. You know, that's all that means is accessibility. But I usually just leave it public. It's whatever. Then when it's public, you'll see it in the inspector. So that goes there, and then we're gonna assign the actual game object that's being turned on and off, that guy there. And I gotta think what I want this to do. We still need it to be testing. So on the other script, we'll put messages that can be sent to the manager. This one doesn't need the pointer enter stuff, but it needs some other stuff. Let's just rename this and say Tooltip show. I want it, that sounds funny, but I want the first of the name to start with Tooltip, so when I go to type it, I'll remember Tooltip. Whatever. I'm gonna name this Tooltip hide. And you usually capitalize your methods, first letter, and then you capitalize each of the words in the name. No spaces, that's called camel casing. But on little variables here, you just do lowercase. Alright, so this is gonna turn it on. Really what we should say is, and I learned a cool trick. I wanna see if this works. Eric was teaching me about, well, Devon and Eric were teaching me a little about nullables. Neat. So this nullable means this is allowed to be null. That's declaring it to be nullable, and this is checking if it's null. Because if you try to set the state, turn an object on or off, but that object doesn't exist, then you're referencing a null object, so you get a null reference. And without the nullable, you would do it like this. You'd say if tooltip object. So if it exists, then we would set it active. But nullable saves you a little bit of time. It's pretty cool. Oops. Meow. Tooltip name. We're gonna, oh, you know what we'll do? We'll say this receives a string. What is message? How am I gonna do that? There's this stuff down here. Oh yeah, Eric was teaching me this too. He was helping me a lot today. He's a good dude. And this is gonna have to be in the other script, I think. Unless I want to send more parameters. Yeah, maybe. Because the current tooltip handles the name and the description in one tooltip, or one label. This does not. I call it a label, but it's actually, is it called a label with the new system? No, it's text. Oh yeah, and I'm using Text Mesh Pro. So, let's see. I wanted the name separate so I could have it be a different font size. You could dynamically, well, you could change the font of the name size and then change it back to the original size in code. I don't think I want to bother with that just yet. I want to figure out some of the logic of how this is going to work. So the item name is colored, something random there. We're going to put something in there. Oh, hang on. Yeah. Right. So this. Okay, good. So right here we're setting the item name, which is what I've typed in. Let me just save this so you can see it better. Make sure there's no errors. Gosh, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. Oh, while I'm at it, though. Nah, but yeah, because I know I'll forget. I'm gonna make a instance of this class, so I'm typing the exact name that you see above, Tooltip Manager, and then I call that instance. And now we're going to be able to access these variables from any other script. So when they hover over the button, this tooltip will be able to access this without having to pre-assign it and stuff. So if I want to spawn icons, like say you resize your bag, then we're instantiating new objects, and each icon would need a reference to it. So this is just easier. But if you use this, and it's very much like a singleton. Oh yeah, it's got to be static. Oops. And I always type it in front of public because I don't know, that makes more sense, but usually you type it after that. Who cares? Now we need a void start. You need some way to initialize that, and I just use start because it's already called internally by Unity. So you just say instance equals this, done. If you needed some kind of get components, if you were programmatically assigning these, you'd want to do it above that. In my opinion, I think that would, I'm pretty sure you'd have to, but whatever. Okay, good. Now let's see here. So we got this. Oh, I didn't save it. I thought I saved it. And then it has to think for ages. Okay, got an error. Game object is not. Ow, you can't be. Oops, I lied to you guys. You can't do a nullable on a game object. That's what it says down here. Must be a non-nullable. So I think Eric did say that, and I just didn't remember. So we will go back to this and say if that exists, then turn it on. If it doesn't, well, nothing. And for that matter, you would want that on these as well, because they could be referencing a label, text, mesh thingy, you'll see in a second, that doesn't exist. And since we already have that, try that again. Oh, I found this cool little color picker. This is neato. Where'd it go? This thingy. That's pretty cool. Wait, I did have it open. Oh, I got a bunch of things open. That's pretty neat. It gives you the thing right there. If you just Google that. It's pretty sweet. So you just find the colors you need and then copy it. And my plan is to have a method that returns a string. So you send it a string right here. I'm using that method. And I say, I want yellow. And then it's going to look through and say, under the case that the string requested equals yellow, return. I'm going to push these out so I know which ones need to be updated. This is a different, that's hex. I don't know the name of it. This is hexadecimal though. And it's just going to spit that back out. Do that one. And whatever. So this string gets returned in place of this. So when it's yellow, if the case equals yellow, then we're going to get this. And this gets replaced by that. There we go. So we'll do the same to the item name. When I decide what I want to, I'll just do it right now. A little bit like this, this, go there, and then this is item name. I'm gonna put some spaces there so it stands out a little bit. And we'll say green, and that should work. Oh, this is a weird one. Hey, Jarabu, what's up, dude? 61 the string and does not need to be in quotes. Let me show you. 61 quotes. Oh no, this is declaring it. I'm declaring a new variable inside the parameters field here, between the parentheses. This is your parameters. So this looks exactly like if you were to do it as a string up here. The only difference is we just don't have public. So think of it like that. So we're just creating a new variable inside the method parameters. So you can create a method that doesn't need parameters, but I do need to know what color is being requested. So I put a new variable. Its type is string. So that's declaring it. Like if I would have put int, then this is now an integer. And this is like, yo, I don't know what that means. So I think that's what you meant, right? And the same thing for this. This is where you would typically see void. This just means this one is not returning anything. So if you run tooltip hide, say I ran it from right here, and I didn't even spell it right. Tulip hide. Let's maybe throw the T back in there, huh? But if I ran that like this, nothing comes back, right? But if I ran the other one, geez, do it right. So this one's void, so you can run that and do whatever, execute some code. And then if you wanted to run this method, and yeah, it would look like this. Because it returns something, you're going to need to put it in something of the same type. So this would be, let's call it returned value equals, so this string is equal to color code. Man, I just can't type today. It feels like IntelliSense is being done. Red. So that's how you would have to run a method that requires a parameter. It wants a string, so that has to be in quotes. And then it's returning a string. So now return value, if we were to debug this, you would see, and I'll do that. This is the returned value. Put some spaces in there. Add the plus to concat that string with the string above that we called return value. And then a little semicolon after the line. You got to do that every time, unless it's an if statement or a method. Notice these don't have semicolon. No semicolon. Otherwise, every line ends with a semicolon, for the most part. Long time. Yeah, sorry, Waylon. It's been hectic. I blame taxes. That's the easiest. Yeah, let's blame the IRS. I like that. So yeah, we're not gonna do that because that's a problem. Now, setting position seems to work. I don't know why it goofs up. It's like it's repeating. Yeah, you know what we could do to make it run once? We could create a Boolean. I do this a lot, and I'm not sure this is the best. There may be an easier way, but we'll say tooltip set, or is set. And if you don't declare it as something, then it's going to default to false. So we know that's going to start false, but then after this runs, it does what it needs to do. Then we're going to say tooltip is set equals true, right? Yeah. So now we can stop it from repeating, and we'll say, yeah, I think so. If tooltip set is false, and I'll do this way for clarity, then we want to stop. And you don't really need the brackets, but we won't get into that. So just stop. It's just going to return. And since we were talking about return values, if I was to do that and this was not void, say it had a string, then we must return a string. Blah. And then it's like, oh, okay, I get it. You want me to return that? This went red though because it's being used somewhere and it's not matching. Oops. Yeah, long time. I've been meaning to stream. Just some stuff it just wasn't, the things I've been doing aren't streamable. It's like super boring. Pretty sure this is boring to most people, but I appreciate you guys tolerating it. Okay. So, oh, and the way I think of booleans, when you make a boolean, just remember it has to be set true and false. Otherwise, it's useless for the most part. But since we set it true there, when the tooltip is set, it's going to blah, 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 and now it's done. So true. And then when it runs again, it's going to say, is it false? No, it's set to true still, so stop. And it won't repeat. And I think that's part of why it's flickering, like we saw earlier. But now when they go off of the button, we're going to set it back to false so that it can do itself again. And we'll see how that works. Oh yeah, no, I got that. Oh, I wanted to mention, this is really wacky. I tried, now wait a minute, how does that work? There was something weird going on with a plus equal operator. That just means add to whatever the current value is. We're gonna add to it. So it's like this text equals something, and then we're gonna add to it another thing, and then another thing, and another thing, and another thing. You could just continuously do that. Whereas the line above says this text, whatever it was, is gone. Now it equals this. It's just replaced. Done. Yeah, there are more exciting things. Yeah, we need to do some more like monster setup and dungeons and stuff. I do have a boss that next time I stream, I'll probably stream that, setting up a boss. It was, I know I got to go through and fix a lot of the bosses and need to make them more interesting. I'm just trying to juggle, like, get a little bit more content and then step back and refine and polish and refine and polish, and then get a little more content and then step back and refine and polish. You hope I'm doing okay? I think you meant hope. Yeah, I'm hanging in there. Oh, zombie, I didn't even realize that was you. What's up? I thought that was Waylon. Your picture was whitish, so. But yeah, good to see you, buddy. And, okay, let's, oh yeah. So my notes over here reminding me that we want to put let's get the pencil. And so first I want to break there so that this goes down a line, and then I want space. So to do that, we go over here, and the description, see, this is just so goofy, but I swear it didn't work without it, so I'll try it again later. Right here. So we're gonna say, I think I'm gonna have to do it like this. So we make a \n, right? Yeah. And then concat again. So this string is gonna return the yellow 546, and then it's going, oh, I didn't need it there. That needs a space, but I need that somewhere else. So we're just gonna literally put a space there, and then that will be a space between the yellow and the silver, and then we're gonna do the same thing over down here. So silver, and then plop that in there, and oh, I did the same thing. Not that one. Okay. Man, it's cold. Okay. Then for the break, temp is the current text. So this is really silly, so I apologize, but I'll mess with this later. There's something weird with setting the text. But I'm just creating a little temporary string, and then it equals whatever text is currently in there, which it was set right here to a description that I'm using for testing. I just type whatever in the inspector, and then right here, and then it gets set to that, so it's setting this variable right there, the tooltip description, which I need to assign. It's going to make that show with whatever I type in there, then coloring the name, let's put that up here. Keep the name tooltip with the, with its stuff. And yeah. So now that gets set, and then after it's set, we store the current crap that's in there, and then did I really need to do that? Why did I do that? Yeah, that's dumb. That shouldn't be a problem. Okay, I'm gonna try it. Because it should just be like this. Set the text and then add to what it is already set. But I swear it didn't work. Maybe I did something else wrong. That was in a different script, so it could be something else. Okay, so push the yellow. We need to drop that down a line. So that's got to go. You know what? It could go right there. Nah, let's put it right here. That'll make more sense to me. Crap. So be like this with the backslash n. That X kind of, I think of it like your enter key. So it's going to say whatever you typed in. We're going to add to that with this operator. And new line, push it down, color this value, the item gold, whatever I typed in right here. Let me just save that. Stare it over here. And compiling down here, you can see it just takes forever because there's a lot of code in there. Oh, I got somebody else. Whoa. Oh, shoot. Oops. Okay, I'll get to that in a minute. Actually, hold up. Where's the link here? I was talking to the guy that made this asset that helped me see how the PayPal thingy works, so that we can use that in the new store. And yeah, I wanted to get back to him. So just a second. Can I just do this? Oh no. Son of a bitch. Copy link. That's what I was trying to do. Shader. sharing this screen, am I? Good. You can't see this. Super top secret. It's not really, though. Man, where is it? What do I do with it? This one? This one. Come on, Google. There it is. Can I do that? Okay. And let me hide this. I don't even have that open. What's the point of that window? Somebody snuck a window in there. Oh, yeah, zombie. Sorry, man. There's so many messages. It's like, I can't catch up. I can never catch up. I will read them. And you do some good work, dude. So you break things well. Now, zombie helped me a lot. Just pointed out some very important things. So yeah, I'm betting I'll be interested. Pin this message to. There we go. Okay. All right. Where were we? We was going over here. That's good. Yeah. So we're gonna assign the tooltip game object. That is what will be turned on and off when I set the set active stuff. So right there, all that is turning this guy on and off. And then the item name is this one, and the description. And you can see these are Text Mesh Pro. That component right here is what's being assigned to this value. So like instead of a string, these are strings. So you can set the data in there, which I'm just gonna copy off of these. Copy that into description. No. This one. Right there. And then copy that and grab all these and turn. Wait a minute. Paste can't be on there. Yeah, that's gotta go. Move that. There we are. Paste that over here. Fix my spelling. Okay, now we're gonna save the scene. No, we gotta put some numbers in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Now, these fields right here, the strings and the ints, they're just for testing. We won't need those. Are we ready to test? No, we're not, because we still need a way for this object to know that the cursor has entered its space, right? So I'm gonna do that. And just wanted over 2 additional hands. Got the time and boredom. Hey, I could use that. I could use some extra hands for sure. Interested. Okay, let's see. You could have been doing this, man. Shoot. I could have been setting up the boss while you were doing tooltips. Just pass this pain in my ass over to somebody else. This is, well, actually, it's not as bad as I thought. The only part I'm worried about is setting the size of the tooltip. That's a little iffy. Don't know how to do that, because it's got to be adjustable for items with long descriptions, right? So I don't know how I'm going to do that. We'll find out. Oh, you know what though? I want to double space this. I think we can just do another N. I want it to go down further, right there. I want it to be like right around here-ish. And then what was it gonna do? We'll remove that after we know, for example purposes, that we saw that it works. These all got to be fixed, so I'll have to go back to that tool color picker thing and find all the colors I like and want. And then, okay, next step is here. So what we gonna do? So if you think through it, okay, cursor goes over the object. Object needs to notify, so say this object, button 3, needs to notify Tooltip Manager. I'll name this button 3. See that guy? And then this will say, says, oh, okay, I got a tooltip. So, oh yeah, I remember what we gotta do. I'm just gonna copy and paste from where it was working. So we need this, and then we're gonna just say blah, and that's not needed. And then if you get these red lines, you can just hold Alt and hit Enter, and it will say, hey, are you looking for this? And you can say, yeah, that's what I meant, and it added that line for me. And then we need to get an interface, pointer, click handler, enter exit. I think I forgot. Definitely forgot. Oh, we need a couple, okay. Do you gotta import all of those? I thought I had a... What? Does it need something else? What's your problem? Problem, man. I'll explain these in a second. It'll tell me if I hover over it. Does not implement interface. Oh, okay. I think it's whining because I don't have this. Maybe, I don't know. First time using this stuff. Let's get it figured. Yeah, that's what I wanted. And get rid of you. I don't know if we're gonna need start, but I'll leave it. Now I did something over here. It seems like I didn't need. Huh. Well, that's not. This thing is only gonna handle tooltips, so it only needs the enter-exit interfaces. So these methods aren't going to work if the interface for that is not there. This should be, well, I guess it's not going to throw out an error, it's just not going to work. So you have to have that. And basically, again, you got your accessibility, public or private. Then you could add static, so it could be accessed from multiple places. And then you got class, which I like to tell people it's kind of like your, if you make an analogy to a college, this is the classroom is called Tooltips, and they're using these books, and then they're at the University of Mono Behavior, and then we can extend and say that this university's partnered with this university, and that partnered with that university. So this little thing just means extends from. So this classroom extends from this college or whatever. Hopefully that made sense to somebody. And by the way, a class is a script. So that's, yeah, you could say either. Now this, on enter, we need to say tooltip manager dot instance. That's why we set that up. And we're going to say show the tooltip, and this one needs a string. So let's just do this. Let's put, I don't know, this won't be the final way that I'm doing it, but for now, we'll take my item property and we'll just put an item in here. So this is a class that I wrote, script, and I'm using it as a type, just like you would a string or an integer. And then with that, now we can access variables in that class. So I'm going to send to the tooltip show, I'm going to send item.item name. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to send item name and description. So over here, we'll just do this. I'm gonna name it received so it doesn't interfere with this item name, and then when I figure out what I'm doing, I'll clean it up. Oh, I meant to grab this. So I'm gonna say that this method now takes 2 parameters instead of 1. And this will be item description. Then we'll say name received goes here. Where else was I using it? If I click that, it highlights it. There you go. There we go. And description will go right here. I think this, yeah, that's the only place. There we go. Now, this is gonna do the same thing. We're gonna pass the item description. So now that I think about it, I don't need all this crap I just typed in. Way to go. Good job. And on exit, we'll do this, but with our hide. Okay, that one's kind of good to go-ish for this test. And then, oh, you know what I could do? I could just send the damn item. And then over here, I could just say item.goldValue and blah, blah, blah. So let me just make a little note here. Commented lines, the 2 slashes just means it's gonna ignore this. Just pass the item dir. Okay, let's save that and then kind of think about this. So we'll see if the flickering goes away. We'll see if we get our little double line action with our spacing. Then I guess I'll try to figure out sizing. You can maybe help me on that, some people. Cause I don't know how that's gonna work. Let's copy that, and now these guys. So they each have an item on them now. So this is the script that I was just in. This one here, and that item now shows up right there. And we have access to all these variables. So button 1 will say this is a sword, and then button 2 is we'll just put some crap in there and mix it up a little, and then some stuff and stuff. No, I'll just leave that one. Button 3. This is, I think I forgot to put the name on that one. No save scene, because all these are only saved in this scene. They're not actually saved in the script or in any way. So it only exists right here in this scene. Then, Plate of Dullness is still funnier. Ow. Okay, is that gonna work? I don't know if that's gonna work, but let's just do it. And we should see this little checkbox turn on, stay on until I exit the hover area. So, boop, boop. Ah, it doesn't like what I did. Not at all. So, it might be that. Try that. I mean, it makes sense in my head, but whatever. Fine. So much wasted time in compiling, I tell you. Control P. I keep forgetting to turn the dumb thing off. Yeah, it didn't even position it. That was... So I can't get away with that, huh? It's pretty Pretty dumb. Alright, so the color is not the working. And the wrapping. So let's see here, I'll zoom in a little. But it is showing we got sword. That's the right thing. That's the right thing. Go like this. Yeah, you just can't see the whole thing. Shrink down a little. Alright, so now you can see there's spaces between the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got our double line pushed down, and then just like we hit enter twice. Now the color jibber jabber up there is because I didn't set up green. That's what that's about. Ah, wait. Yeah, I think I know what that is. Ah, it's still doing that crap though. See, that's what I was trying to stop. I was trying to say that if this is set, don't repeat yourself. Look at that. You can see that Boolean. See it going crazy over there? So it is something to do with what I was thinking. It's almost like the boundaries of this button aren't... You should pretty much always have the scale at 1 and adjust only your width and stuff. Width and height. But very weird. Let's try turning that off. Nope. It ain't that. And I don't know what to make of that. I'll try this again. Alright, I mean, we got some progress here, but yeah. Not where we're supposed to be here. There we go. You bastard. I have no idea why it's tripping like that. It's very weird. Let's see if I made it bigger, and then we'll try making one smaller, I guess. I don't know. Or is it... What the hell is it doing? I thought we'd see something off here, so I'm just out of place or whatever. Is it this? Maybe, no. What the hell is that? Turn that off. I mean, you definitely hovered over it, pal. Okay, I don't know about that one, but let's mess with size, and then I should probably just wrap it up, try to get this store figured out. I got a meeting with the guy that I was hiring for the thing, the website stuff, because I'm not great with websites, and I just, for some reason, I just hate it. Like, I don't like websites, but whatever. So, God, that's got me confused. Why the hell it's doing that? Okay, so color, we'll fix the color, and then see how it pushed the LD down? We need that to auto scale. Let me see if that'll correct this. Okay, so this would need to auto size, and then let's see. Yeah, see, that did it. Cool. So that's easy enough. By the way, any changes you make in play mode, like checking that box, will be forgotten, so you have to do it again. And this by default should be off, but since I'm gonna mess with the size. Hey, what's up? It's the Honda, the Mr. Ray Honda. Color, what is your problem? So it was spitting out. I should have taken a screenshot of that. I think it's because green is not down here. Okay, it is. That's, yeah. I missed that one. I only got that one. Why did I do that? We're gonna just do this the same for now. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I don't know why I have two greens. I don't know where I'm using green light, but okay. And we'll figure that out. This one, I always do this. It's kind of weird and sloppy looking, but I push things further to the side that I need to come back to. Oh, and did we get our debug? We got the return value of CC3300. And if you notice, that's what we typed in debug. See right here? This is returned. There's the exact sentence I typed, plus, or string, the quotations mean it's a string, right? Then we concatenate, fancy word for add to it, the value that returned from color codes when we tell it, I want parameter red. And this is just saying, in the case that I receive the string red, return CC3300. So that works perfectly. Hopefully that makes more sense to people. Alright, how the hell do we set the size? You know what, we're probably going to need to get access to the background image and then set it thing. Oh man, I feel like there's something smart here. Oh, thanks buddy. It's just getting started. I just didn't feel like shaving, honestly. It saves time, but I get so sick of shaving. Cause I gotta shave the whole head and thing. Like nothing really grows here anymore on top. That's just skin. But it's still a pain to have to shave your whole head. You know, like your whole friggin' thing. Breakcast target maskable. What does maskable mean? Is that no tooltip? Tooltip? No tooltips. I feel like there's something. What if we said? Oh, that's weird. Oh, right. Sliced. Yeah, we want sliced. Yeah, duh. Okay, yeah, I gotta not think about that's bugging the crap out of me, that flickering. I'll try a few different ideas later. Something tells me, nah, dude, bald top, clean beard, suit you. Got an Eminem vibe. Hey, weird. Yeah, I'll bet, I suppose. I don't know. Yeah, it's still trying to come in, you know, on the sides. This is reversed. I can't tell which way I'm looking. I feel like if we took the background and made it, if we made it the size of, I don't know. I was thinking parenting, somehow inherit the size, something. Oh, I could reference NGUI's code, but I'm not going to show that because that's something that he owns that. I don't. I mean, I own it. I bought the asset, but I can't, you know, show it to the world. Well, first off, we need the image and not a game object. Or wait, yeah, we still need the game object. We need the background sprite. So we'll just say name, description. So we'll say public image, I think. Image, no, not that. Isn't it just image? I thought. Okay, it'll tell me something. Background. Now, yeah, click there, hover over, whatever. Okay. Weird. But yeah, I want that, I guess. Do that. Do it. Image cannot be found. Are you missing director? It's image, so. Oh, come on. What was it? Oops. Let me look at. That doesn't seem right at all. Oh, I think I know what it is. We need this. Yeah, that was what it was. So, if we go back to the library analogy, we were missing a textbook for this particular thing. That's where the analogy kind of breaks down. I don't know what to call that in this scenario. Anywho, so now we have access to the background. We will assign it over on the side there. But while I'm here, I mean, I guess I should show that. So it's going to pop up underneath name, description. It's going to be right under description because that's where we put it. So then I'll drag drop this background into an open slot, right? And I guess I could save right now and you'll see it pop up. I usually wait because it takes forever to save. So we want the background size. I don't know how they have this set native size. What does that do? That's stupid. They don't tell me what that does. Usually underneath the little thing there, it'll tell you what it's doing. Oi, you know the horror game I was telling you about? Oh yeah, Ray's making a horror game. Yeah, I remember we got the initial approval from Microsoft for publishing it on Xbox. Dope, dude. That's really cool. Feel free to link it in there. Well, dev overall, really. I mean, whatever you want to link. Game object sprite. Okay, I guess we'd say sprite dot rect. It's the rect we want to set, I do believe. What else could we do? Returns the border size of the sprite. So, if text has that, we'd be in business here. So the rect equals, oh, we're probably gonna have to do that as a new rect, because it's gonna have, I think, yeah, with yep. So we're gonna end up setting that, but right now, Thinking. Need a flow. Let's just start doing it. So float x equals 0. Sometimes if you declare a variable within a method or something, and you don't give it a value, sometimes Unity doesn't like that, especially with like game objects and transforms and things. So I just kind of make it a habit. We're gonna figure out what those need to be, but this is where I'm gonna probably want only one text mesh thingy majigger. But we'll try this anyways. Why was there 2 item descriptions? What the? Show me that again. No. Okay, maybe I imagine that. Stop it. Stop it. I swear it showed me that. Okay, good. Okay. Length is going to be like how long the array is, because a string is really just an array of characters. So in this string, that's one character, that's one character, etc., etc. So this is slot 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, blah, blah, blah. So the length is all of them from here to the next quotation mark. That's what length is. Does it have a rect? Well, awesome if it did, but it doesn't. Oh, okay, we got a problem there. Oh, okay. Right. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Alright, so this dot, we have a rect transform. Hey, this is something. Whoa. I'm gonna try this just to see what happens. We're gonna go boop. So we're gonna try to set the background rectangle to equal the rectangle of the text. Okay, that's a rect sprite. This is a rect transform. I see. But what we could do is let me try something else here. Copy that, comment that, paste this, and say dot x is a getter setter. It is. See how it says get and set? Sometimes you can only get them and you can't set them. But in this case we can. So perfect. Say x equals the tooltip rect dot x. Try that. Is that gonna cooperate? Why won't you cooperate? You're a getter setter. You're a getter setter. I'm gonna wait. No. Load. Whoa, what's your problem? I don't see the problem there. Alright, how about make a new rect? Is there a set size function? Set. No. Texture rect. Offset. Okay, wait. What is this type? It's a rect. Okay, so what if we made a new rect? New size. New whatever. We'll just call it new rect. And then equals a new, I don't know if you need to initialize it. Maybe? Well, this is kind of pissing me off just a little bit. Probably gonna have to read some documentation. Not too much to show at the moment, mostly learning, conquering HDRP, but I do get the base character, controller interaction, and whatnot going, I guess. It's kind of teaser and just in hair and spoopy. About this game of some stuff in the Wings Bank. Supported development, I just thought of a shot. Oh, right on. Thanks, man. I don't do Discord, so cool. After dinner, saw you live, wanted to wish well. Thanks. Zabudfi? Zabud? I don't know. I probably shouldn't say that because I don't know what I'm saying. Tag is focused on code, sometimes he's not ignoring you. Yeah, this is true. Ciao. Yeah, I get lost in this stuff. I think you can just like put some numbers in here, maybe? No? What does it want? 3 overloads. Well, what do you want? If you put a comma, you can look at the overloads and then you just use the arrow keys to go through them. So, source, this one, that's what we need, I do believe. Yeah. So I want X, Y, width and height. Oh! Is the X and Y the position? I'm guessing it is. Just key it. Okay, so we're using that overload. Overload is just different ways you can use that. So now I'm wondering if I can say, yeah, that type, and then we say equals the new rect Does that cooperate? Why is this not cooperating? It's like just not playing Dexter's cannot be assigned to. Oh, it's read only. Damn it. That's, yeah. So it's kind of like a get situation. Well, that's dumb. What am I supposed to do with that? Sorry, I'm probably blowing in the microphone, but that is so dumb. What else? Give me something. Rebuild? What does that do? Okay, you're not gonna tell me. Cool. Useful. Including masking. If anybody knows, go ahead and tell me. Hey Krishna, what's up, buddy? It's a struct with a get set. Members of instance can be assigned to. Which one is? Yeah, slap some code on me, but if you got a example, dude, there's a trick around it. Huh. I was reading an article about Amazon Game Studios and being behind the scenes, and Yikes Studios is actually horrifying, and the staff who work there in the engine say that Lumberyard is the death of the studio. Oh no! Can't. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, can't be assigned. Gotcha. Yeah, set clip soft. No. Native size. It's got to be one of these stupid things. Alright, this is where you go to Google and you say, solve my problems. Right? So, Unity, how to set sprite size, I guess. Something like that. Texture, new rec, blah blah blah. So there's a sprite create. What? Really? I mean, I'll try it. Seems a little weird. Yeah, okay. We'll check this out too. Local scale. See, I was kind of thinking of that. But if it was a child of the text, I wonder. Could that work? What if it was a child of the block of text? Maybe it'll set its size automatically. I don't know. I think I could mess with that. But let me see if it even... This is there. Actually, let's go... Oops, too far. Actually, yeah. So, dot create, is it? No, it's not there. That must be old. Rectemp equals background texture rec. Okay. Then change the property from temp rec and reassign. Oh, might. Oh. Okay. Oh yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to do. Thank you, Krishna. If I follow, the studio has to follow the Amazon way, which sounds like a cult, but it's basically, hey, if you can't follow our way of working, you won't last long. Like, and Amazon making a game just seems weird to me in the first place. Okay, var temp background equal background. Change the value on the temp back, and then do back. Oh, that's interesting. You was sneaky. Yeah, I've known Krishna a while. He wrote the script that puts the arrows in the body when you shoot something in the game, and the arrows get stuck in the body. Yeah, it was him. It was pretty complicated. It sounds like it would seem that wasn't a hard thing, but it's actually very tricky. He knows him stuff. Okay, so wait, I missed one. Do like this var, whoops, missed it. So equals background. And then change the value on the temp back. Okay. And then do it back to the temp. Equals background equals temp back. Okay, I see. So, temp back dat rec. Wait, no, wait. Transform? Is that what we want? Maybe? Well, no, yeah, I guess it might be that, huh? Is that? I think that's what I want. Direct. Is that what you were saying? Let me think about that. So you use var, so it's easier to transition, I guess. Change the value on the temp back. So to changing the value on the temp back, that's How does the biggest corporation in the world drop the ball so hard? Yeah, I don't know, man. The Amazon thing, I feel like they just, I don't know, maybe there's a lot of people who think that game dev is just easy somehow. Like we've come so far in technology that game dev must have gotten easier. So it's probably easy now. Maybe they think that way too? I don't know. It blows my mind though, because yeah, they're gigantic. Hang on a second. This really shouldn't be this difficult. Not sure why the rec to rec doesn't want to work, and there's some dumb stuff there. I blame Unity, which, you know, that is totally fair, because it is their fault. Yeah, it has gotten easier, but never is it gonna just be easy. I can't even really. I don't think so. Because you still got to learn all these crazy software things to get your artwork. Right now, my problem is mainly the artwork, but there's still tons of code to do, and there almost always will be. But it's getting close to a point where my biggest challenge is just getting the artwork. And they even dropped a few mil in the CryEngine to make their own fork. Oh, crazy. Weird. They were rushing the game hype without knowing what the fuck they're doing. Yeah, it sounds like that. No, I'd say that's a fair guess. Oh, what is this, Krishna? Copy, paste it. Alright, so this is what he was saying. So we go like that. So the sprite rec, it goes to Tooltip description. Sprite rec. Okay, well here's the thing. Is this Tooltip description is a text mesh pro. That's probably the issue. Because like if this was the normal text that Unity uses, it might be a little more cooperative. So how do we get to the rect of the, come on, oh, what? What's your problem? Okay, rect transform. What is the keyboard? Something like that. No, because sprite's the part that's inaccessible. Can't be assigned as read-only. Tooltip. Oh, yeah. In a minute. Yeah, I wanna see if I can at least get some reasoning here. I don't like this song. I've heard that before. Change the var. Change the var. So we take that. Oh, are you saying no? Yeah, the sprite is the issue here. Equate the var to background sprite. Oh, I see what you mean there. Yeah, oh, smart. Oh, that made sense. It really did, but sprite does not contain a definition for sprite. Oh, yeah, duh. Because now we can cut that out. Oh, come on! Primary index cannot be assigned, it's read-only. Okay, so the rect itself is a read-only issue. Alright. You want to be a pain in my butt, apparently. Think. Because let's see, we want to change. I feel like it's width and height, so let's try this again. Let's say we want the X, we want the width of. That's not going to be accurate, but. No. Tool tip description dot width. Is it here? Max width, min width. I'm gonna say yeah. Max width. Try that, and then instead of max width, we'd want the Y is the one that's gonna change. I'm just gonna do height and the side stay the same, I guess, for now. Then max width. No, we want, and this I don't think we can use height. But maybe. And it's not telling me what that is, so we'll try it. But I did notice, I'll show you in a second. So let's just comment these, because these are good ideas. Might work. What is dead? I think the keyboard's being weird or something. It's not. It's like I'm pushing the wrong button or something. Okay. Now we're gonna have that and that. So at this point, you'd think you could just say background dot width and width, maybe. I don't know. Equals X. No? Set not? Oh, see, that's a get only, not a set. Not a setter. So it's not that one. Equate the var to the background sprite, then remove the dot sprite from the lower line. Damn, on the top of my head. Yeah, I think you would need to create a new sprite on the fly with sprite create. Oh, that's an idea. There you can set your size parameters. Oh man, okay, we gotta try that. Cause that is, yeah, you're right, I think. So let's try this. What is it, capital sprite? Yeah. Create with the texture. I want that source image. So we could probably just say, I don't know if this will work, but the texture it's already using, and then what do we have for overloads? Overrides, overloads, I don't know what to count. To pivot, don't really, do we care about that? rectangle. Can we go back to this? So close. So close. So create this sprite. I mean, yeah, you're onto something there too. It's too bad it doesn't have just like a default size and stuff, but I guess it would, yeah. Equals a new sprite. Okay, what if, yeah, maybe. Tooltip description, I'll use this rec. Is it in there? Transform.rec, got it. There we go. And a vector2 pivot. So I'll just say new vector2 here. And then I have no idea what this is being used for, but try that. Oh, you kidding me? Okay. Don't want to be stupid about it. Fine. Texture 2D. New texture equals. I don't know if this will work, but we'll do that. Nope. Yeah. Okay. Jesus, man. Can I do this? New texture. Oh, it should have suggested that for me. Yeah, that. From width and height, and you have overload, so can I use something? May have to assign it as a variable or something. That could work. I mean, there's certainly ways around this that I can see. I just, on the spot here, can't really think of exactly what to do here. Background, main texture. Layer intake tab is gonna work. Bleh. You son of a. Alright, just gonna try. No, that doesn't work. Assign that. And then what if Dome. You know, I think this is way past the point of boring. So I'm gonna call it here, and I got that meeting with Nev here soon. So I'm gonna think on this one. And Zombie, Krishna, you guys got me on Discord. Hit me up if you got something. It shouldn't be too hard. I feel like we could get around it with some public variables here. You know, assign a texture here or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that would solve this issue, because then we would just drop it in there, and that might just do it. I'll try that one last thing. How about that? Shut it up, and then see if I can get that texture. But you know, I don't think you can get the texture. It's a weird one. I have to use a different texture, but that's okay, I guess. So background, yeah, that's like internal or something. So we'll go here and we'll just grab I got something that might work for this. You know what? just for fun, let's try. Not try ban. Where's the other one? Come on. Yeah. Try this one. Okay, that does work there. Who knows? Like, I do love this stuff. I think it's very fun, but sometimes it's super frustrating. And position is broken. It's not positioning it correctly at all now. That's weird. It moved it over here, but it won't go any further. That's odd. Okay, so yeah, that doesn't work. Close. Okay. Oh, Phoenix. I was just about to call it here, cause I'm done stumped on this. I'll figure it out eventually. I always do. Not that I'm good. It's just I'm stubborn and I just keep going. So I'll figure it out one way or another. But yeah, I figured there was no point in doing this. And a new game. Well, not really. I mean, it's the same game. I don't know if you're totally new here, but it's on Steam. It's called Reign to Darkness. There's a link below. And I'm just in the middle of this stream. I was showing the store. I will show you that again. And trying to figure out how to make a tooltip with the Unity UI tools, which are new to me. I know they're not new, but I had been using a different solution, a plugin called NGUI, and then they hired that guy to rewrite their stuff. So it's very similar, but then there's weird things like this. Like the NGUI tool, it already came with the tooltip thing. So I didn't have to figure this out. So I've actually never done it before, technically. Very close though, aside from rescaling that, which, you know, you could totally just estimate, just so people understand. You can adjust this, see? That's all I'm trying to do. But if you notice, look at the description here. Oh yeah, I was gonna show that. So this is that text right there. See all that? But what you see, the yellow line, is the height of it. So there's, say 15, there's 150. But the point is, what I'm saying here is that it doesn't correlate to the actual size of the text. Oh yeah, I was gonna try text bounds or something. Oh, okay, Phoenix knows the game. Good. I'm sorry, Phoenix. I'm sorry. I might have a hello. Does I have some laundry? Yeah, you probably better go wash those clothes. I thought I smelled something, Relic. Oh yeah, yeah. You should probably wash this. It could be me though. I'm teasing. Okay, so yeah, this thing I'll show you real quick. And this is a little test scene, nothing finalized or anything. It's just demo and stuff. So there'll be stuff here. Eventually, lots of stuff. These will be bundles and bank tabs, and bundles of mounts and weapons and armor and bags. And then you'll go here, which is actually going to pop you out to the website, and then you'll see this little window and 10% discount, 20% discount. Oh yeah, and if you didn't notice, the token exchange value, whatever, is different. I'm like way different. I'm rethinking the how you get those and how you'll what things cost. It's really gonna be very similar to what it was, but as many people know, if you've played the game, there's quite a bit of stuff that wasn't done. It wasn't balanced. The in-game store wasn't done, but I'm just done messing with Steam. They're just, it's highway robbery, man. They take 50% of anything. So I called it Dev Support Store, but it's more like Steam Support Store. I mean, I do appreciate Steam, but that's just not gonna help get this game moving. We need funding so we can hire people, get some people on board, and there we go. Be off and running. But okay, we're calling it, and I'll figure this out. And next stream, I'll do something more visual, something interesting. But thanks for hanging out, dudes. Bye. Hope you find your dad. If you know that reference.